Section 1. The Cybernetic Consciousness Protocol. Okay, so everything in this system begins with the origin point, which is referred to as zero, or the creator of existence. Think of this as pure, unmanifest source energy. It's an infinite potential that is completely full beyond measurement. But potential alone isn't really an experience, is it? For this energy to actually be experienced, it has to move and refract. It's a lot like a jeweler cutting a diamond so that light can bounce and refract into the physical and energetic dimensions. This is the eternal flow, energy descending from zero, refracting into the physical world, and then eventually returning. But how exactly does this energy ground itself into our physical reality? Section 2, Hardware, the 14 Gates. What's truly fascinating here is how these abstract cosmic concepts map directly onto you. The 0 to 13 Phoenix system outlines 14 numerical gates, or keys, that physically overlay onto human anatomy. These keys govern the energetic physics of your body. For example, Key 1 is the Earth Foundation, and that anchors spiritual current directly into your brain and physical structure. Then you have Key 3, the Fire of Will, mapped to the heart as an engine of vitality. Key 4 acts as the breath, harmonizing your thoughts. You are, quite literally, a walking circuit board. To really understand the scope of this hardware, we need to look at the extremes. Key 0 represents the uncreated origin. It's basically the switch that initiates the entire electromagnetic cycle from infinite potential. Way on the other end, we have Key 13, which represents becoming one. Key 13 acts as the absolute somatic grounding seal. It closes the loop. Without Key 13, the energetic current you pull down would just leak out and dissipate into the environment. It locks that energy safely right into your physical form, establishing you as a sovereign creator. Section 3. Diagnostics, the Resistance Matrix. Now, this is honestly one of the most mind-bending and surprising concepts in our source material. There is a direct structural parallel between this esoteric protocol and actual clinical microbiology. Seriously. In modern medicine, there's an incredible automated machine called the BD Phoenix system. It takes bacterial pathogens, runs them through panels of biochemical substrates, and figures out exactly where the bacteria is resistant to medication, like looking for carbapenemase genes. Well, the esoteric 0 to 13 Phoenix system does the exact same thing, but for your consciousness. Its input is the trauma records in your soul archive. Its diagnostic vectors are the 14 numerical keys. And instead of bacterial resistance, it identifies psychic blockages, trauma loops, and physical inertia. So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that this esoteric framework functions exactly like a clinical diagnostic engine. When you're trapped in a habitual trauma loop, your physical vessel is literally resisting spiritual intervention. The 0 to 13 system systematically identifies those energetic blockages and somatic resistance so the conscious self can finally clear them and restore equilibrium. Section 4. Troubleshooting the halves of it. In this system, there is a trinity of knowing. And the problem is, most people, and even most spiritual systems out there, only operate on one half of the circuit. On one side, you have understanding. This is the domain of the spirit, Key 3. It's logical, it's analytical, and it constantly asks, how does this work? It loves dissecting reality to figure out cause and effect. On the other side, you have understanding. This is the domain of the soul, Key 2. It's emotional, receptive, and asks, what does this mean to me? It's a felt, lived experience. But here's the major flaw. People who only understand can explain a flower's cellular structure, but they've never truly felt its beauty. People who only understand can feel the flower's poetry incredibly deeply, but they have no idea how to actually plant a seed and grow one. Relying on pure logic or pure memory makes you half-blind. The ultimate solution to this half-circuit is overstanding. Overstanding is Key 7. It sits right in the middle world. If understanding is one eye and understanding is the other eye, overstanding is the depth perception that only happens when both eyes are open at the exact same time. Overstanding looks at reality and asks, what is this? It holds both the analytical details and the emotional resonance together in one single conscious gaze. To achieve true mastery, the self has to take the throne at Key 7, the crown of self. See, understanding builds the vessel, understanding charges the vessel, but overstanding governs the vessel. True leadership over your own reality begins when you stop just dissecting your life, stop just reacting emotionally to your life, and finally take the throne to govern the whole shebang. Section 5. Software, biosymbolic automation. Now let's talk about programming language. We write code using something called biosymbolic automation, or sigilcraft. It's basically a way to bypass the slow, critical filters of your conscious intellect and write commands directly into your subconscious mind. Let's look at Rule 5, the compact rule. This is a literal compression algorithm for your intentions. First, you state a raw affirmation, something like, I am lightning beyond human limits. Second, you strip away every single vowel, gone. Third, you eliminate any duplicate consonants, keeping only the very first time a letter appears. What you are left with is a highly refined sequence of mathematical vectors. You've stripped away all the conversational fluff and created a dense block of executable subconscious code. This executable code is then powered by Rule 4, the master amplifier rule. Once you have your compressed code, you have to plug it into the 0 to 13 matrix to make it an active electromagnetic circuit. You do this by wrapping your sequence in key 12 and key 13. By placing key 12 at the front, you actuate a master start amplifier. You initiate the descent of high-frequency source energy straight into your circuit. Then, by placing key 13 at the end, you create an absolute somatic grounding seal. This ensures the energy you just called down doesn't leak out. It grounds directly into your physical bone and tissue. Translating that numeric and alphabetical sequence creates a compiled visual sigil. When visualized, that entire chain of numerical keys is loaded instantly into your subconscious. Think of the advanced AI engines in modern robotics. The AI doesn't consciously calculate every single tiny joint movement just to take a step. The operating system automates the motion through high-level commands. Well, this sigil automates the flow of energy in your body in real time, completely bypassing the slow limits of your analytical mind. Section 6. The prime vessel awakens. Many traditional spiritual systems teach that the physical body is just a lowly illusion, maybe something corrupt that we need to transcend or escape. The Phoenix system completely rejects this inversion. No way! The biological body is the physical signature of the Creator. It is the essential prime vessel. If your physical foundation, key 1, the Earth Center, is weak, neglected, or ungrounded, then higher frequencies of spiritual potential literally cannot move through you without burning out your nervous system. Your physical body isn't a trap. It's the ultimate technology required for physical manifestation. Which leads us to the supreme law of manifestation that governs this entire 0 to 13 path. Attention directs, emotion fuels, conviction sustains. When you direct your focus, when you fuel that blueprint with emotional frequency, and when you lock it into physical form with unwavering conviction, you are utilizing the entire 0 to 13 spectrum. You are programming reality itself directly from the throne of overstanding. So we want to leave you with a final engineering question to really chew on. Knowing that your consciousness is a cybernetic protocol, and knowing that your body is the ultimate programmable hardware, are you running your original code, designed intentionally from the throne of your own self? Or are you operating on a distorted archive, just endlessly looping on autopilot? The hardware is yours. It might just be time to write some new software. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer, and we'll see you next time.